Glodwick is a place many people talk about but very few truly understand. Tucked into the hills of Oldham, this is an area shaped by rapid change, deep history and difficult realities, and those forces still shape everyday life here today. In this video we're going to take an honest look at the streets, the people and the realities behind the headlines to explore what life in Glodwick is really like today, the struggles, the stories and the reality behind the reputation. Starting off at the bottom of Waterloo Street, one of the main residential areas here, we have some modern builds, but just going around the corner shows a different side. This looks to be the jewellers. It could do with a fix-up outside. We do have the bin collection going on today, but as we move on, it doesn't seem to make much difference in some parts.
YouTube.
Yes, yeah. Can you tell me a bit about the area? I've just come round because I've heard the area hasn't been covered much.
Covered with?
Online.
Yeah.
So I just came to find out what it's like.
Yeah.
If you could tell me.
What do you mean covered?
Online. It's not documented.
The area?
Yeah.
This area's been here, you know, this has been going since 1981. Somebody stole my ladder from here. That's why I came over to you.
No. I've never been here before, so I came to see it myself. Like I said.
But no, it's a beautiful area, buddy. I mean, all of us, I've been living here for a while. That's my little brother. My mum lives here. I live here. You know, these are all this is our properties. But then you've got, further on, you've got some nice eating places down there, some takeaways. Further down that side, it's a dead end.
Right.
So if you want to go, you're probably best going up this side.
I wanted to go all the way up, because, and
this,
check everything, basically.
This is going to just take you to the back ends of the streets.
Okay.
So you're in the main road here, you've got all the... If you go from here, you can go into the sides, like that.
Perfect.
And then see the area.
Okay.
You want to put it on YouTube or something?
Yeah. That's what I do. So even if someone said, oh, it's bad, you know, like I don't come in saying, oh, let's find that.
No.
I'm like, I want to give it a fair balance. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
If you could tell me what it's like around here.
Sure, yeah. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, my name's Malik.
Nice to meet you.
Ryan, yesterday we had a lady just here, was in a English education.
Okay.
And she was having a bit of a problem.
Right.
And what I did was, me and my mate, we stopped there, and then we asked them, because she came out a bit shouting, and the taxi driver was being silly. I think he was an Asian driver, but he was like an immigrant maybe, because he don't speak fluent English.
Right.
So she came out and asked us, what's going on, because we don't have that in our area. When it comes to daughters, sisters, anybody, even yourself, I mean, if somebody was mistreating somebody, we don't like that.
No,
I
exactly.
Like because
that's one of the
it's wrong.
Exactly. That's one of the best things I heard about the area, though, is how close knit.
Yeah, and you know, when you're together, we're stronger, aren't we?
Absolutely.
When we're close, we're stronger. When we're divided, we're weaker. If you were to go around, you'll see people. They'll say hello. You work out for you. You know. Yeah.
Well, you recommend going up there, yeah?
Well, what I mean is, you know, this idea. I mean, mate, you find anyway. This is your land as much as it is mine.
Oh yeah, completely.
Do you know what I mean?
It's nothing to do with that, my friend. I'm just going around the area.
But you know what I mean. We're on the land together. This is yours as well as mine, and we're all living together. And
I didn't realise all of that was yours. To be fair, like.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to like freak you out, like just focus on it.
Do you know what it was? I had a guy came, and my son said, he was having a look, saying, I'm a scaffolding inspector.
Right.
So then what's happened is that night somebody came and stole the ladder. Now I've got to show them guys whose ladder it is, and they're saying it's under your, you know, in your house. All this, the only reason we did there is because of what's going on. It's completely wrong. Everybody sees it. We all know the truth. But we've got the gangster government that are running everything, and then they don't mind killing children or babies or, you know, mothers or fathers. They don't care really about anybody. You know that the government don't care.
Oh yeah,
because
it's awful.
I've been here. I'm born and bred here. Yeah. I've been working for a very, very long time. Now, you said 30 years ago, I used to work at a shop down there. Well, I was 12 or 9 when I worked in the shop down there. There was a shop at the top there, Sweet Palaces, called Steakway.
Okay.
I was 9, man, and I was doing butchering and a butcher's job, and then I was doing newspaper round.
Right.
But what I mean is, I was making £12 a week. That £12 lasted me for a month.
Oh yeah. Well, that was back then. I mean,
30 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I
know,
mean,
we're still scrounging. We're fucking trying to make ends meet now.
that's
so
just the
hard.
same boat everybody's in.
You know, I can't even pay to get this removed.
I know. It's like,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying by mine as well.
Look, there's loads of love. What it is, you live and let live. At the same time, you've got to give love, because that's what I do as well. Because if I smile today, somebody will smile tomorrow, and we work as leaders, because not followers, we're leaders. So lead by example. Children, everybody, make them independent tomorrow. We all look for the same thing: it's comfort.
I agree.
But now, you know, nobody is comfortable because you can't. Children are starving, my friend. Ryan, that was never like that, you know, and I find that pathetic.
Oh yeah.
And that's all our fault. It's all our fault because we don't speak up properly, but even if one of us speaks, there's so many people that speak, nobody gets heard.
Well,
the
that's
government
it,
is too strong.
No, they're on their own agenda anyway. It's like
The government is too strong, but you know, I'll let you carry on. I think you're doing your channel thing, I'll let you carry on.
Thank you for telling me about everything
Yeah,
as well.
you'll be alright, buddy. I mean, if you just tell them.
Oh yeah, no, I
mean, if there's any sort of issues or anything, but you won't get nothing here, buddy.
Great.
Did I sleep?
No.
Ghost town, no. It's like a ghost town.
I'll find out then.
Yeah.
All right, cheers for your help. Thank you. Good talking. Interesting conversation to start off the video there. Make of that what you will. Nice enough in the end. But let's carry on along and see some of the back streets. Checking out a few more of the houses now as we make our way up Waterloo Street. The outside of these are looking a bit knackered. Let's take a closer look at these flats. Just a random tyre lay at the back. Making our way along, I am going to tell you some of the history of Glodwick and how it came to be today. But first, let's check out these houses and the community charity mosque. Someone's left a full naan bread out at the side there. But we will go take a walk through there in just a bit. And there are plenty of cars scattered everywhere around this area. Good luck finding a parking spot. Now, I won't attempt to pronounce the name of the community charity mosque, so I'll put it on screen now for you. But it is said to be a community-focused registered charity mosque, and it serves as a central hub for Muslims in the area, offering daily prayers, Friday Jama'ah, and community events with a welcoming, inclusive atmosphere. Now, as our friend mentioned before, we will see plenty of references, along with much love and support shown for the people of Palestine around here. Of course, this is a community with strong ties to that region of the world. So across the way from the community mosque, we do have the local shops, which we'll take a look along now. Looks like we have a post office, a charity shop, Muhammadiyah Sophia bookstore, say that 3 times fast, a barber's, pharmacy, and Punjab takeaway. And right next to the shops we do have Bobbin Walk, and as we take a walk along here I'll give you a brief rundown of Glodwick. So to begin with, looking at the origins and early history, Glodwick is one of the oldest and historically significant parts of Oldham, with origins tracing back to at least the late 12th century. The name was recorded as Glodwick in the 1190s and has origins potentially linked back to Brittonic, Old English or Viking settlements. It was originally a small rural settlement, yet experienced rapid growth during the Industrial Revolution and soon became heavily tied to the cotton and textile industry. Terraced housing was quickly built for the mill workers. Looking at Glodwick's industrial peak and working class life, it had become a dense working class neighbourhood by the late 1800s, and mills provided steady employment for decades, with close-knit communities being built around the industry. Life was tough but stable. However, there was a decline after World War II. The textile industry collapsed from the 1950s onwards. Mills closed, jobs disappeared, unemployment and poverty increased, many families moved away, and housing and infrastructure began to deteriorate. Across the 1960s, 70s and 80s, migration and rapid population change began to take shape. There were large arrivals of migrant communities, especially from South Asia. New cultures meant new businesses and traditions. This placed pressure on housing, schools and public services. This fast population change created long-term social challenges. With this came a reputation, crime and social problems. By the 1980s and 90s, Glodwick gained a reputation for deprivation. There were issues with overcrowding, poor housing and poverty. Glodwick experienced a rise in drug dealing, antisocial behaviour, violent incidents, and certain streets became known for crime and neglect. In 2001, Oldham would experience serious riots triggered by racial tensions and economic frustration. Glodwick was one of the areas most affected. National attention would reinforce its troubled image. Nowadays, Glodwick does still suffer from deprivation and long-term challenges. It is repeatedly ranked amongst the most deprived areas in England, with constant ongoing issues such as low incomes, health problems, overcrowding, youth crime and limited opportunities. Now we will look what is being done to tackle the challenges around here later on in the video, but just as we finish that walk, we do have this wrecked car waiting for us. The front of this is pretty messed up, but what's even more messed up is this side alley down here, literally used for fly tipping, but it is in a right state. The worst part is this is all right next door to someone's house, unless they're the ones causing it. And this is someone's backyard, although I don't think anyone is living here. Looks like it's been in this state for a while now. Probably going to need another skip along here. And just across the road there is the Green Gate Islamic College. And the Green Dome just to the left there is another mosque, which we'll go take a quick look at. A quick look at the front of the college, and across the road there is the mosque. Now again, I won't try to pronounce the name, so I'll put it on screen now, but the mosque serves as a community hub, offering daily prayers, and madrasa, which is an academy for Islamic education, funeral services and community events. So let's go check out the rest of the streets around here, and as we do, I'll delve a bit into some of the noteworthy crimes that have happened over the years. Random graffiti scattered. So further up Waterloo Street, which is an uphill climb, we have Hussein and Sons Cash and Carry. And across the road, I'm not sure what the big building is, but right next door we do have Batty Fabrics if you're after a frock. And at the very top of the road we have the St Mark with Christ Church. So the poster here reads Yours Mubarak, which I think means a blessed wedding or annual death anniversary. Not really sure what's going on at the back here, looks a bit of a mess. And the side door is also boarded up. And so the church was built between 1874 and 1876, designed by architect John Wilde. Again, you'll see plenty of support for Palestine along here with the sign reading Stop the Genocide, Free Palestine. Although there are some nice looking homes in parts, you will find the odd one that's just completely wrecked. Just cutting down some of the side streets now. Some of the outside of these houses are looking battered. But across the road is an Islamic education centre, which again I can't pronounce the name of, so I'll put on screen now for you. Just coming up to the entrance here, we also have Ali's General Store. And to the right we have the classic black cab, and to the left you can see the 144-foot church spire from earlier. But anyway, moving on now, we'll go check out some of the noteworthy crimes that have happened around the area. You'll also notice plenty of decent looking cars about the place, such as this. This looks to be the back of either the Cash and Carry or the local Muay Thai school. And as you can see at the front there, it says Team Taz, which is the local Muay Thai class. Now moving further along Pitt Street, this place has been no stranger to incidents going on. But before we take a look at that, let's see what's hiding at the back here. Looks to be just a scrapyard, but there's still plenty of trash laying about. And in case you wanted a place to sit back and watch the world go by, you can always sit here and stare at the concrete. But whilst we do that, let's take a look into some of the incidents that have happened here. Back in 2016, a large group of youths were dispersed after firing fireworks and bottles at police and fire services. And then in July of 2025, a young man was arrested for reckless driving after hitting a woman with a car along here. And before we go and check out some more noteworthy crimes, it looks like all the birds here have a certain favourite rooftop around here. Must be nice and warm. So here at the Glodwick Chippy on Minton Street back in April 2024, a firearm was discharged at the well-known chip shop. Police sealed off the road whilst forensic teams examined the scene and a vehicle was recovered. Thankfully no one was injured, but officers arrested a 28-year-old man on suspicion of attempted murder. The investigation continued over the following months, with several men later arrested and charged in connection with the incident. This shooting was treated as a serious attack on the community, and Greater Manchester Police have said that they continue to pursue justice in the case. Not ideal when all you're after is a chippy, but here is a quick look at the side of the shop for you before we move on. So as we make our way further out to the scene of another shooting that took place, you can see here another memorial piece for Palestine. Along with some more art pieces. So it seems pretty calm around here. You'll get stared at mostly. This looks to be an American candy shop, but right next door again we have another completely ran down home. Even the walls have given up. Not really ideal for living next door to. Just as we move on to another part of Glodwick, this is looking pretty barren, probably a fly tipping area. Looks to be right next to a school and housing as well. And as we make our way to the scene of the other shooting I mentioned, we have Worldwide Supermarket here, aka Or We, as it now says. Now here on Nugget Street on the evening of 18th of September 2010, a 29-year-old father of two was shot and fatally wounded outside his home on Nugget Street in Glodwick. Police and local news reported that the shooting happened after the man had heard a disturbance outside, described as someone attacking a car, and went to investigate at his front door. A gunman in a dark car fired multiple shots, fatally wounding the 29-year-old father. The death was treated as a murder investigation. Two men were arrested and later convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment for the killing at Manchester Crown Court, with minimum terms of more than 20 years. The shooting shocked the local community, especially because it occurred in a residential street and involved a local father with young children. At the time, police indicated they were keeping an open mind about the motive, including whether it was gang or drug related. Here's a brief look down the road for you. And directly opposite is the Glodwick Pharmacy and Medical Centre. Now this is Alexandra Park, where we will make our way to another area of Glodwick. But as for the park, it is a public park which was created in response to the Lancashire cotton famine of 1861 and 1865 as an attempt to keep local textile workers employed. Making our way over to Eldon Street now, this is a series of older brick terrace homes and low-rise council residences that were built in the late 19th and early 20th centuries and are surrounded by industrial garages and factories. Taking a quick look at some more wrecked cars here before we move on into the estate. And right across from us, just at the side of one of the warehouses here, is a fly tipper's dream. Looks like you have everything you need back here. I'm sure the rats have a field day. Directly opposite we have the kids park, which doesn't have the best backdrop either side. I'm not sure what's going on there, makeshift back door gone wrong. But anyway, we will cross over to the other side of the estate and make our way through, see if we can't talk to anyone. On the other side of the estate now, plenty of work being done to this block, and again you can see the area is surrounded by more industrial sites. Taking a walk through, it's already looking brutal. At least these bottom ones have their own front gardens. We've got a depressing looking trampoline in this front garden. Even the signs look like they've taken a beating round here. This sign reads, "Can residents please keep their pets under control and not let them foul on the estate?" And a quick look inside of the stairwell, we'll try walk up later. Rich and Lisa tagged on the wall here, together forever now. Local garages looking fresh as ever. So as we make our way round to the front of the estate, let's have a look at what's been going on around here. Taking a look at some of the recent crimes and police activity, in May of 2025, a 50-year-old man was found deceased in a flat on Eldon Street, Glodwick, prompting a murder investigation by Greater Manchester Police. Officers initially arrested a 64-year-old man on suspicion of murder and later arrested 2 more men and a woman on related suspicions. All were released on bail as inquiries continued. Police remained in the area following the discovery, continuing house-to-house inquiries and appealing to the community for information, CCTV and witness accounts. Across Oldham, police operations such as Operation Vulcan have been targeting serious crimes including drug supply, weapons recovery and antisocial behaviour, resulting in arrests, seizures of drugs and weapons and increased community policing. Here's a list of all the blocks on this estate, and right next to us is the local shops. It's all looking a bit barren, but we've got Betfred, a cafe, barbers and newsagents. I know certain parts have reputation here and there, but would you say that's true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
A lot of drug dealers around here.
Right. They all living amongst in the blocks here?
Yeah, they're all in the block.
Right.
And that building with all the scaffolding round, they might stop you.
Right.
Because it's for people who are homeless.
Ah, right, I see. Okay, so they're transforming it into that right now?
No, it's been like that for years, but rumours going around that they might be putting illegal immigrants in it.
Yeah, well, that's the same for a few places now, but... So that's what the construction's for?
No, they just do... New roof needs,
it.
it's just doing it all, it's just general maintenance.
And like, round here and such, like, did you get much trouble outside at all, or...?
No.
No. it's all just up to their own business in there. Like.
Yeah, just see loads of cars at night pulling up and people going out. So.
Yeah. But if you just keep to yourself, it's fine.
I mean, I live on here.
Right, okay.
And I keep to myself. But what it is, because I help the owner in here, because he's just did cash and carry.
Sure.
He's just gone somewhere. I think he's gone for his dinner, I hope. Not many people will shout to me because they know I'm in here sometimes.
Right.
And I'll spot them.
Yeah, well, that's it. You must see everybody come and go. So.
Yeah, without workmen around. And some of the people on this estate know my daughter's brother.
Right.
So, and they put the word around, if they touch me or my daughter, they'll sort them.
That's it. So it's like quite a close-knit community.
Yeah, everybody knows each other.
Gotcha. So you look out for each other at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, that's a positive of it.
You know, there's a lot of dealers on, there's a lot of idiots on here.
Yeah. But you get that in, like you said, most towns, cities, places.
I mean, I'm Oldham born and bred, you know.
Right. Oh, so you've seen it transform.
I mean, back for 10 years, I've lived in Oldham all my life.
Right.
And I mean, and a lot of people, see, I know a lot of people, as I can say, that's all I can say.
Right.
And
makes sense.
I mean, one of them used to be the hardest man in Oldham, and I'm the only person who's ever found him, and he hadn't hit me back right away.
I mean, a lot of the money, like we said before, it's not going to where it's meant to be ideally.
I mean, at the moment, my family, my brother, my mum, me, my two sisters, are having a big do with council.
So they're playing games in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. They drag it out as well. All that stuff, it always takes months on end.
Yeah.
So.
But this barrister, I tell you now, that's 30p.
Right.
I wouldn't like to nick that because you'd be doing 5 year. And he's got a lot of dirty material on a few of the councillors.
Right.
And if they don't settle, he's printing it. He's having it. He's going to release it.
I mean, this sounds like it's a story in itself. You could go on in detail here. I don't want to take up too much time, but
you know, some people get a bit funny when they see people videoing and all.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, to be suspected, especially if they don't recognise you.
No.
But I'll have a look around anyway. But like you said, there's not much pushing for redevelopment or such.
Well, they're supposed to be knocking it all down, but...
Oh, really? Anytime soon, or has that been said for a while?
10 years.
Oh, okay. 10 years. Right, cheers for that. Have a good one. Thank you. So, as you heard from the guy who was good enough to talk to us there, the reputation is here for a reason. So before we move on through the rest of the estate, let's take a look at what's being done to tackle these issues. So looking into regeneration and investment for not only this area but Glodwick as a whole, there is due to be demolition of unsafe housing, refurbishment of older terraces, new schools, health centres and community buildings, improvement to streets and public spaces, long-term regeneration projects introduced. Moving on to the community and policing efforts, there's a strong role played by community groups, faith organisations and local charities. Youth support and violence prevention schemes are also in place, and increased neighbourhood policing in recent years. There have also been some reductions in serious crime during certain periods. As for Glodwick today, it is still one of the most deprived areas in Greater Manchester. Poverty and overcrowding remain major challenges. Crime is still an issue in parts of the area, but also there are strong family networks and a resilient community. And so as for the present and the future, this is an area in transition, shaped by industrial decline and social change, which is slowly evolving through regeneration and investment. The reputation still remains tough though, and reality is complex and still changing. So taking a look at the work going on here, if what the man said earlier is true, then moving illegal immigrants into these would be an interesting mix for sure. Making our way through the rest of the estate, this is looking like one of these places where if your doctor said to go for a walk to help depression, it would probably make it worse. brief look at some of the gardens people have. And you can see the layers of the place all stacked on top of each other. So it looks like each floor has its own trash chute. Moving into the stairwells, I'm not sure what's going on with the walls, but the floor at least looks like it's being refurbished. Another trash chute at the top. So far these two floors have been pretty clean along the walkways, and outside the doors look fresh. Although moving into this one, someone's gone and ripped the door off the trash chute. No one's hiding in there. It is looking more messy down here. And this door on the end looks like it's been egged. Must have happened fairly recent. Here's some of the views. Another door ripped off the trash chute. And of course your standard cock and ball tag on the wall to top it all off. Back on the ground floor now, at least the stairwells don't stink. Although we do have a couple of tinnies waiting outside. Taking a walk just out of the estate along the front of some of these homes with the gardens. Not much happening in there. And just across the road we do have some more housing types, yet the majority of this estate are the low-rise apartment blocks. Nabbing your own trolley seems popular around Glodwick as well. I don't know what's happened here, but at least they're part of the trolley crew. Some more worn down garages across the way. And again, some of these gardens are kept in better shape than others. A nice view of some scrap cars across the road. And so overall, Glodwick is a place shaped by history, rapid change and real challenges. But it's also home to thousands of people just getting on with everyday life. Like many inner urban areas, it carries a reputation built on headlines and statistics, but the reality is far more complex. There are problems here, there's no denying that, but there are also signs of change, investment and resilience. What happens next will depend on long-term support, opportunity and the voices of the people who actually live here.